How's it going, Pokemon trainers? We've got another raid counter guide video for you for Pokemon Go, and in this one we are going to focus on all of the legendary raid bosses that are coming to the Hoopa Unbound special event. We are getting 4 separate raid hours consecutively, so if you need help on countering any of these upcoming spontaneous legendary raid bosses, you found the right video. Alright, hey trainers, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to or welcome back to the channel. I'm poke.meghan, and if this is your first time on the channel, this is pretty much a Pokemon Go channel. We do lots of news, updates, recaps, etc. So if that's your thing, consider hitting that subscribe button and joining us on our growth of this channel. So before we start, I just want to give a heads up that we have previously done counter guides for all of the Pokemon that are going to be appearing during the very special bonus raid hours that we're getting for the Hoopa Unbound event. Now this event starts on November 26th and it's going to last all the way through November 29th. This event is leading up to the end of the season of Mischief, and we are getting these bonus raid hour events because Hoopa, of course, is up to no good creating mischief all over the world of Pokemon Go. So now as you're watching this video, you will be able to find every single counter guide for all of these Pokemon. They are going to look a little bit different because we're just piecing together some previous counter guides, putting them all together into this one so that you have all of the details you need for this current event in Pokemon Go. So please ignore the jumping graphics, and every now and then I'm going to say first up we have or next up we have when it's not the first or the next. And I really do apologize for this lazy but brilliant and convenient for me video that I'm putting together here. Okay, so our very first special raid hour during the Hoopa Unbound event is going to happen on Friday, November 26th. Now these are going to occur from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time, just like our normal raid hours normally happen on Wednesday nights. However, like I said earlier, these are just going to happen consecutively each day from the 26th through the 29th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time. So our first raid hour is going to bring back our 3 legendary birds from the Kanto region. This includes Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos. So let's flick on over to those. So first up, we've got Articuno, our ice type legendary bird. Articuno is available in shiny form. 1743 is going to be its non-boosted hundo CP, with 2179 in snowy or windy conditions. So Articuno is ice type and flying type, so you're going to want to use strong rock or fire type Pokemon. So Pokemon like Rampardos, Terrakion, Rhyperior, Tyranitar, or Gigalith. Now of course on these Pokemon, make sure that you're using rock type attacks, and you can also throw some other strong fire type Pokemon in there, but also make sure they have rock or fire type attacks on them as well. We've got Moltres, one of our legendary birds from the Kanto region. Moltres is available in its shiny form, this pink rubber chicken, and 1980 is going to be the non-boosted hundo, while 2475 will be your hundo in sun or wind. So Moltres is flying and fire, making it weak to rock. So you're going to want to bring out your classic strong rock type attackers like Rampardos, Rhyperior, Terrakion, Tyranitar, Gigalith, and make sure that they all have both fast and charged rock type moves. Zapdos, the electric type legendary bird from the Kanto region. So Zapdos is available in shiny form, even though the shiny form looks almost identical to the regular form. Look out for those talons. 2015 is going to be your CP for the hundo in non-boosted conditions, with 2519 being the hundo in windy or rainy weather. So Zapdos is both electric and flying type, making it weak to rock and ice. So you'll want to consider Pokemon like Rampardos and Rhyperior with rock type moves, and then Galarian Darmanitan, of course, with ice type moves, as well as Abomasnow or Mamoswine, 2 of the best ice type attackers in the game. And then you can also consider Terrakion with rock type moves. The very next day, on Saturday, November 27th, we are going to see the return of Heatran for this one very special hour. Now it's been a really long time since we've seen Heatran. We saw them for GoFest, and I can't even remember how long it's been since before then. So let's go ahead and get into that counter guide. Next up, we've got Heatran. Heatran is also available in shiny form, with 2145 as the hundo CP in non-boosted conditions, and 2681 boosted by sun. So Heatran is fire and steel type, which makes it double weak to ground and also weak to fighting or water type Pokemon. So you're going to want to use Pokemon like Garchomp, Groudon, Excadrill, Rhyperior of course, Golurk, and then Flygon, even Rhydon is going to do really well. Just make sure that they all have ground type, both fast and charged attacks going into this battle. Ground, ground, ground. The following day, on Sunday, November 28th, the Regi Trio is returning. This includes Regice, Registeel, and Regirock. So if you need any of these Pokemon, make sure to jump into this special raid hour 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time. And here are your counter guides. Next up, let's do Regirock. So Regirock also available in shiny form. 1784 is going to be the non-boosted hundo, while 2230 will be the hundo in partly cloudy weather. So as you know, Regirock is a rock type Pokemon, making it weak to steel, water, fighting, ground, and grass. So you'll want to use Pokemon like Metagross, Swampert, Dialga, Kyogre again, or Machamp, or Groudon. Again, make sure that each one of these Pokemon have the corresponding attacks, because Regirock is going to be weak to a number of different Pokemon, but if you send in Pokemon that have attacks that it's not weak to, it's going to be pretty useless. So always double check. Next up, we've got Regice. They are available in shiny form, which is just like a slightly different blue color than the normal form. 1784 is the hundo in non-boosted conditions, and 2230 is the hundo in snowy conditions. So Regice is an ice type Pokemon, and it's mainly going to be weak to strong fire type Pokemon. It's also going to be weak to fighting, steel, or rock type Pokemon. So you're going to want to lead with Pokemon like Metagross, Moltres, Chandelure, Entei, and Charizard. And again, make sure that when you send these Pokemon into battle, not only are the Pokemon typings matching up against what Regice is weak to, but also their attacks. Always double check the attacks before you go into battle. Next up, we've got Registeel. It is available in its beautiful mint green shiny form. 1398 is going to be the non-boosted CP, while 1748 will be your hundo in snowy conditions. So because Registeel is a steel type Pokemon, it's going to be weak to fire type Pokemon. You can also consider fighting or ground type. It'll also be weak to those. So this is where you're going to want to bring out your Chandelure with fire types, Moltres, and then Entei, Heatran, Blaziken, or Charizard. It goes without saying with fire type attacks. Again, you can also consider fighting types like Lucario, Conkeldurr. Those are two of my favorite fighting type Pokemon. And then finally, for the very last day of the event, which is going to be Monday, November 29th, we're going to be seeing the very quick return for 1 hour only, the Swords of Justice Trio. So we literally just had these at the beginning of the month. They're back for 1 hour. So if you missed any of them, here they are again. This is going to be Coballion, Terrakion, and Virizion. Cut to the counter guide. Now let's go ahead and start with Coballion as our first raid guide. So all three of these Pokemon can be shiny, and shiny Coballion is pretty cool looking. Now if you are out there hunting for the hundo Coballion, you're going to want to look out for the CPs 1727 in non-boosted conditions, and then 2159 boosted by either snow or cloudy weather. So Coballion is a steel and fighting type Pokemon, which is going to make it weak to fire, fighting, and ground type Pokemon and attacks. So first up, if you want to Mega Evolve a Pokemon for Coballion specifically, you definitely want to consider Mega Charizard Y as your first bet. If you don't have enough energy for a Mega Y, a Mega X will also do really well, but Mega Y is going to be a little bit better. Now don't forget, evolving either of these Pokemon is also going to give a boost to fire and dragon type Pokemons that are going to be in raids. So if you're battling with friends, we all know that fire is really good against Coballion, so having a fire type Mega is going to boost other fire type attacks for that entire gym battle as long as Mega Charizard is out battling. Now if you do put in a Mega Charizard or even a regular Charizard, the best moves to have are going to be Fire Spin and Blast Burn. Another alternative is going to be a Mega Houndoom, also with fire type attacks. So if you don't have enough energy for Charizard, you can also consider Mega Houndoom. They'll also do really well, but essentially you're always going to want to have a Mega Evolved Pokemon if you're someone who's going to be grinding raids either during a raid hour or any day that you're going out. Mega Evolve a Pokemon. The evolutions last for 8 hours, so it gives you lots of time to grind and boost Pokemon while you're raiding. Next up, as you probably know, Shadow Pokemon are always going to be stronger than either their normal form or their purified form. That being said, there's a few Shadow Pokemon that are going to do really well against Coballion. This is going to include either Shadow Machamp or Hariyama with fighting type moves, or Shadow Entei, Moltres, Ho-Oh, or Mag Mortar, all with fire type moves. Now, if you don't have any of those, that's okay. You can also use just strong fire type attackers or fighting type attackers against Coballion, and your best bets for that are going to include Reshiram, Entei, Chandelure, or our fire type Darmanitan. Of course, make sure they have fire type moves, both fast and charged attack. And then finally, you can also include really strong fighting type Pokemon like Lucario, Conkeldurr, Hariyama, and even Breloom, all with fighting type moves. So some of those fighting type Pokemon are a little bit more accessible to trainers, and we've also been using those fighting type Pokemon a lot against raid bosses the past several months. So hopefully you all have some that are pretty decently powered up to take on this Pokemon. Next up, let's do Terrakion. Now Terrakion is also also available in its shiny form, and its Hundo CPs are going to be a little bit different. You're going to want to look out for 2113 in non-boosted conditions, or 2641 boosted by cloudy or partly cloudy weather. So Terrakion is a rock and fighting type Pokemon, and this combo is going to make it weak to a lot of other type of Pokemon. This includes fairy, fighting, grass, ground, psychic, steel, and water. So you've got a lot to choose from. So this should make it a bit easier, especially if you're a lower level trainer. There is a lot to choose from, lots of Pokemon that are very, very available to you, even if you've just started playing. Now, first up, our top attacker is going to be Mewtwo. Of course, if you have a Shadow Mewtwo, that is going to be a better choice than a regular Mewtwo, but either one of these are going to be the top attacker. But you're going to want that Mewtwo to have Confusion as its fast attack and Psy Strike as its charged attack. After that, you're going to want to use a Mega Blastoise. On your Blastoise, you're going to want to have Water Gun and Hydro Cannon as your attacks. Also, if you don't have enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve a Blastoise, just Blastoise by itself is also going to be pretty useful in this raid. So if you find that that's the best available Pokemon you have, that's still going to be really good. Now, because this Pokemon is weak to so many different typings, that also means that we have several different Shadow Pokemon to choose from. So there's a pretty good chance that you have at least one of these Shadow Pokemon, more likely more than one. So your best one is going to be a Shadow Metagross with Steel type attacks. Next up is going to be Shadow Swampert with Water type attacks, or a Shadow Machamp with Fighting type attacks. Again, Shadow Machamp and Machamp on its own are Pokemon that we have had a lot of access to really recently. So hopefully, even if you just go in with tons of Machamps, tons of Shadow Machamps, that's going to make a really great party for this. And then finally, you can also bring in some Shadow Psychic type Pokemon, including Gardevoir or Gallade, or Alakazam and Execute, and on any of these, you're going to want the moves Confusion and Psychic on them. Additionally, this boss is going to give all of us a great opportunity to put our brand new Hoopas and our Zarudes to use. So you're going to want Hoopa with Psychic type attacks, or a Zarude with Grass type attacks. So if you want to test out these two brand new Pokemon, give them some TMs, get them the moves they need, and test them out in these raids against Terrakion. Alright, and then finally in our Swords of Justice trio, the final one is going to be Virizion. Virizion is also available in shiny form. This is probably my favorite of the three, and the Hundo CPs on Virizion are going to be the exact same as the ones for Coballion. So this is going to make it a little bit easier when you're looking out for those numbers at the end of raid battles once the Pokemon appears. So again, that's going to be 1727 in non-boosted conditions, or 2159, but this one's going to be boosted by sunny or cloudy weather, unlike Coballion, who was boosted by snowy instead of sunny. So now Virizion is a grass and fighting type Pokemon. This is also going to make it weak to several different types of Pokemon. However, it is going to be double weak to flying type Pokemon and attacks. So for the most part for this one, it's pretty easy. You're going to want to focus on your best flying type attackers. If you don't have a lot, we will cover other ones that will be good, but a lot of these flying type attackers have been very, very accessible for pretty much all trainers. So this should be a really easy Pokemon for you, even if you're very new to the game. So besides being double weak to flying type, they're also going to be weak to fairy, fire, ice, poison, and psychic. So that being said, the Pokemon you're going to want to Mega Evolve to go against Virizion is definitely going to be Pidgeot. That's another one that is super accessible to most of us trainers. It was one of the first Mega Pokemon to come out. Hopefully you have enough energy stored up to put a Mega Pidgeot to use against Virizion. Now for Shadow Pokemon, this is another one that is hopefully going to work out very well for us because the legendary birds are going to come in super handy for this one. If you're someone who's been playing for just a little while, we've had several opportunities to get these Shadow birds either from GoFest last year in 2020, or Giovanni recently went through all three of these birds. So hopefully you got your hands on a good Shadow Moltres, Zapdos, or Articuno. Now Articuno is a little bit farther down on that list as far as the best type attackers, but if the best flying type bird you have is an Articuno, definitely bring that in, especially in their Shadow forms. In addition, Shadow Honchkrow, Shadow Ho-Oh, and even Shadow Staraptor, we've been seeing a lot of Starly grunts recently in the game. So if you've got the candy and you have a decent Shadow Starly, make sure to evolve it up to a Staraptor. That's going to come in really handy against Virizion. Finally, there's lots of other flying type Pokemon. This even includes Rayquaza with flying type moves. And then you can also consider Yveltal or Braviary, again, flying type moves on both of those. Either form of Tornadus with flying type moves, and then even a Togekiss with flying type moves. Now I know Togekiss usually comes in handy with fairy type moves, so if you've got a ton of TMs to spare, you can change your fairy type Togekiss into a flying type just for these raids, or if you have a second Togekiss that you want to power up exclusively as a flying type attacker, that would come in handy too. Okay, Pokemon trainers, I hope you found this raid counter guide compilation video helpful for you in the upcoming Hoopa Unbound event and all these special raid hours. It's going to be a super busy 4-day grind. We're also getting additional spotlight hours that are going to happen in the afternoon. So if you need more details for this event, including all of the bonuses that are coming, how to get Hoopa Unbound, and what spotlight hours we're also getting bonuses for, go ahead and just click that link right up there, or you can find the link also down in the description. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you as always, especially if you give us a thumbs up or a comment or a subscribe, and I'll see you all super soon in the next video. Have a great day.